All right, we are recording. Jai Baba.
Yeah. Bye, everybody. Thank you all for joining. We'll be celebrating Bhauji's birthday, and we have the agenda as first we will have Karen read introductory details, and then we will read from Growing Up with God, Sheela Kalchuri's book, a part where Baba gives special dose of love, and you will see how much he loves Bauji. Then we will follow up with more reading and experiences, people who have met Bauji, um, or otherwise who want to share something. It will be nice to have that. And also we have one program of singing, and we have Gopalji from North Carolina. He will sing a Bauji song. So that is our agenda. So let's start, Karen.
Jai Baba. Jai Baba, Karen. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to just begin with a brief, or maybe not so brief, bio of Bauji, who Baba called his victorious lion. He was born on January 13th, 1927, and he was the eldest of 8 children to a well-to-do Rajput, a high Hindu warrior caste family in Katani, Balgat district, Madhya Pradesh. When Bao was 10 years old, his father sent him to a district school for a better education. When he attended Nagpur University, he excelled in his studies. He completed master's degrees in public administration, law, and chemistry. Before Bao could realize his career plans, he unexpectedly turned to spiritual interests following a visit to the tomb of the perfect master Tajuddin Baba in Nagpur and visits to other ashrams. Bao read in the newspaper that Baba would be coming to Nagpur and giving darshan on December 31st, 1972, in a town Soner where his sister lived. He decided to go for Baba's darshan and brought along his wife Rama, his 7-month-old daughter Sheela. Without looking at Bao, Baba handed him a banana as prasad. As you all know, Bao ate the banana, skin and all. On January 31st, 1953, Bao read an article in the Nagpur Times about a program at the Gita Temple. As before, he really wanted to interview Baba. One of the men Mandali informed Baba about Bao. Bao was granted an interview. Baba told Bao to finish his exams and then come to him. His wife Rama did not interfere with Bao's decision. Bao passed his exams and came to Missouri from Nagpur. Baba asked, "Are you firm in your resolve to stay with me?" "I am quite firm," Bao stated. "That is why I have come." Baba said, "I am extremely pleased with you. In the darshan program, there were innumerable fishes, but only one was caught," and that was Bao. Bao came to Dehradun to stay with Baba permanently on July 8th, 1953. He was a newcomer, the youngest member of the men Mandali at the age of 27. Some of the older members had been with Baba since the 1920s. Baba said to Bao, "The first order I am going to give you is to visit the rooms of the Mandali every night and say loudly, 'You fools, keep silence after 9 o'clock.'" Soon after sunset, Bao became very nervous. At last it was 9 p.m. and he began. He went to every room and hesitatingly did as Baba ordered. Nothing happened by his repeating the statement. All the men thought it was a joke and enjoyed it, though they didn't know it was Baba's order. But when he came to Kaikobad's room, Kaikobad was one of the men Mandali, Baba saw that Kaikobad was silently praying. Bao opened the door and shouted, "You fool! Keep silence after 9 o'clock." Kaikobad turned to Bao with a mingled look of surprise and anger, but his duty being over, Bao hurriedly slipped away. The next day, Kaikobad told Vishnu, another Mandali member, this Bhau is an absolutely rude chap. Last night, when I was praying in my room, he quietly opened my door, came in, and said, you fool, keep silence after 9 o'clock. I was, of course, already silent. He has a master's degree, but still he is quite a fool, and he has no manners. After the second night, Baba withdrew the order. Meanwhile, Bao was assigned the duties of handling Hindley correspondence, night watch for a few days, looking after Isa, the troublesome sweeper's son, and most importantly, attending to Nanga, the must. 4 days after Bao arrived in Dehradun, a must from a small town walked more than 62 miles to Dehradun. Seeing him on the road, Elcha Mistry, one of Baba's disciples from Simla, told Baba. He was about a mile away, and so Baba sent a car to bring him. When he was brought, Baba ordered Bao, serve this must. Attend to his wants and look after him well. Bao had never seen a must before and was not quite sure what Baba saw in him. All Bao could see was a man completely naked with thick hair covered from head to foot with dirt from never washing. One night, the must told Bao, you will pass. This was surprising to Bao since he'd never told the must he had taken his college exams. The next day, the telegram arrived. Bao had passed. Another night, the must told Bao, you will have a son. Again, he had never told him anything like that, and Rama, his wife, was pregnant. 4 months later, Bao received a telegram that Mehernath, his son, was born. Baba thought Bao thought the must to be insane, but one day, when the must talked about the greatness of Baba, Bao's eyes were opened. After those incidents, he honored Nanja and realized he was not a madman. I'm going to read the story next of Fool Number 9 and how Bao became Fool Number 9. In February of 1954, Bhau had Kumar, a disciple from Dehradun, have the Mandali and Hamirpur workers stand in a row outside. Baba came out of the Dharmashala, a rest house, and instructed those standing in line to count off as follows. I am fool number 1. I am fool number 2. I am fool number 3. And so on and on until fool number 80. At the end, Baba joked, last night I had to sleep with 80 fools, so you can imagine my condition. It can't be anything but bad. As the years unfolded, in future corresponded with him, those who stood in line that day would sign their letters, fool number 5, or whatever was their number. Bao was fool number 9. We also had to take care of Isa, Krishnaji, and Ishmael, who were 3 younger boys, men essentially, or boys, that he had to care for that were very difficult for Bao. He had to kowtow to each and all of their desires, but he did so and learned forbearance and tolerance for Baba that way. In 1956, Baba endured the accident in Uttara near Satara. During this time, Bao was the night watchman and wrote letters for Baba. When the car accident occurred, Bao immediately sent for the civil surgeon. Bao and Alaba took Erichan Pendu to the civil hospital by ambulance. I think first Goher brought them to a rural hospital, which was really poor. And then Erichan Pendu were brought by Bhau and Alaba to the good hospital and better hospital in Pune. The entire staff at the hospital was amazed by their heartfelt expressions of love and devotion to Baba and to Erich and Pendu. When Erich and Pendu returned to Satara, Bhau would go to Pune every Sunday to receive instructions concerning the mandali, recovering in Satara, and report their condition to Baba. He would return to Satara the very same evening to look after Erich and Pendu. While Bhau had been staying with Baba for 4 years, in 1957, Bhau's wife Rama, his 5-year-old daughter Sheela, and his infant son Mehernath were living with Rama's family in Madhya Pradesh. Then they moved to the family quarters near Meherabad. Later, for the children's schooling, they moved to Kushru quarters in Ahmednagar, where Adi lived. As night watchman, Bhau sat outside Baba's room without making any noise or movement and staying awake. After the second car accident, the watchman sat inside Baba's room. During the day, Bhau would answer Baba's Hindi correspondence and began to write without any formal training, but with Baba's instruction. And you'll see every step of the way that Bhau was writing, Baba was right there, listening and instructing him in every way. Bhau completed volumes of mystical poetry, plays, essays, and the biography of Meher Baba, Lord Meher. Whatever Bhau wrote, Baba listened to it, had it read out loud from beginning to end. Bhau translated several of the discourses into Hindi. He put the whole book in dialogue form to make it interesting, which pleased Baba. Baba completed the translation and commentary of the Everything and Nothing in Hindi. Praising Bhau, Baba said, Bhau has done an immortal translation of the book, The Everything and the Nothing in Hindi, and is now working on a Hindi version of The Wayfarers, which Bhau completed. Bhau completed almost 12 translations of books written by or about Baba into Hindi. Bhau remembered in 1959, Baba gave him a special couplet in Hindi. He found that couplet and composed 11 more. Baba listened, said it should be longer. He dictated 17 more couplets, and the poetic pair, God, You Alone Exist, came into being. Later, Baba said one day this prayer would be read throughout the world. Baba's 73rd birthday was celebrated in February 1967 at Meherabad. Baba recited the arti he had composed in Hindi, which is sung beautifully to this day, Adi Sachetana, meaning the primordial consciousness. Plays. When Bhau first came to the ashram, Bhau had everyone stay awake one night in 1953. Baba told Bhau, since you all have to stay awake, perform a play. On short notice, Bhau wrote a play based on the Indian story of Durgadas, a devotee of the goddess Durga. All enjoyed the performance, and this is an aside. Alaba was the executioner in the play. He had a sword, but he came out at the absolutely wrong time, swinging his sword. Another thing that happened was that Elcha Mistry, who was a great jokester, came out and made up his own lines. Everyone really enjoyed the play. He wrote another play, The Glory of Love, Prem Mahima. The play was finished at Guru Prasad, read out to Baba. Baba composed 2 ghazals to be included. The play was sent to the Meher Baba Center in Ahmednagar to be performed at their meeting. Books. Baba dictated points for the nothing and the everything. He said, I am giving you 10% of the book, which I wrote in Meherabad during 1925 to 26. The other 90% is in God Speaks. Baba wanted Bhau to be able to write ghazals. Bhau said, but you can't do that, Baba. Ghazals cannot be in Hindi. They need to be in Urdu or
Persian. Persian.
Persian. Yes, that's right. That's correct. Thank you. Baba said, I taught Ghani to write ghazals, and I will also teach you, but first try. So Bhau tried and wrote almost 200 songs in ghazal form, later published in a book, Meher Gitika, the Song of Meher. Baba complimented Bhau. You have written with all your heart, and the songs are good, but I want you to write ghazals, and today I will teach you. Baba gave Bhau one line. I want you to repeat it to the rhythm I will beat on my thighs. Baba's first line was, Now my heart is terrified, even to hear the name of your love. It took a long time. It was really difficult for Bhau, but he understood it. He got it. And Baba was pleased. This became Meher Sarod. He embraced Bhau and assured him, Yes, this is what I want. Now I will continue giving you one line or so every day, and you should go on composing in this way. Every day for 2 months in 1968, Baba would give Bhau one or two lines or even a couplet. Baba would have Bhau read out the ghazals he composed in Baba's room. Often, Baba would embrace him and kiss him and gesture. Do you know? Have you any idea what you have written? How touching it is. You have no idea how sublime it is. How high, how deep. You have no idea what you have written. Your writing flows. It flows like a river. Bhau remembered the last line Baba dictated to him on the evening of January 29th, 1969. What will we do with our lives now when you have gone away? Baba asked Bhau to write a ghazal based on this theme. During Bhau's watch on the night of January 24th, 1969, Baba gestured to him. Listen carefully to what I say. I'm giving you very important work. I want you to write my biography in verse. Write 800 pages in a simple and engaging way. Make it interesting and instructive. Use 4 types of meters. Include the lives of the Polish masters at the beginning and also my father's life. Save 100 pages for my manifestation. Don't worry, I will explain everything. Referring to Baba's work in Hindi, Baba said, referring to Bau's writing in Hindi, always remember, I like your writing very much. Baba later recollected, it was his wish that I write it, and by doing so, I have fulfilled his last orders to me. In 1973, Bhau became a trustee of the Avatar Meher Baba Perpetual Public Charitable Trust. In 1996, he became its chairman, succeeding Baba's sister Mani. Bhau held this position till the end of his life. Starting in 1985, he made extensive speaking tours inside and outside India. He visited the US, Europe, and Australia. The press interviewed him. Due to his poor health near the end of his life, he kept in touch with the worldwide Baba community via internet chats and messages, leaving us with a treasury of memories of Bhau. On Wednesday, October 23rd, 2013, Bhau died at Jahangir Hospital ICU in Pune, attended by his wife Rama, children Sheela and Mehernath, and very close family. Bhau was 87 years old, the last remaining male member of Baba's Meherabad Men Mandali. Bhau was cremated and his ashes were buried in the men's cemetery at Lower Meherabad. Jai Meherabad.
Jai Meher Baba.
Wow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was
Thank you.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Jai Baba.
Thanks so much, Karen.
Yeah, that's a very good summary, Karen, of Bhau's life with Baba. Almost you touched every aspect, I think.
So nice. So we will continue. What I have next is a reading, a special reading, and you will see why it shows how much Baba loved Bhauji. And I will share my screen. And Betty, I think you want to read this because you did not know the story. I want to enjoy while
I
reading.
will I'll listen.
So this is from Growing Up with God. You can read from the top of the page.
Oh
It's
boy.
2 pages long.
You know, it's too small for me, Meher. I can't.
I, I
Yeah,
can do it. Okay.
me
Okay.
too.
All right.
Oh, that's good.
One evening when I went to Baba's bedroom for my chocolate, I was feeling depressed that my father never had time to be with me. I complained to Baba again. Nana doesn't teach me very well, so why not let Bapuji do it for a little while? Baba said, "You have a very good father. Bauji is very useful to me. He's just like a cow." Now, this is Sheila speaking, is that right?
Yes, and her teacher was Nana Kher,
Oh,
but she's asking Baba to have even Bhauji have some time with her. Yeah, this is Sheila writing. Yeah,
her own father.
yeah.
Baba said, "You have a very good father. Bauji is very useful to me. He's just like a cow. Did you know that every part of a cow is useful? Its horns are used to make buttons, its skin for leather, its body for meat, its milk to drink, even its dung is used for fuel. Bauji, too, is useful to me. He looks so simple. He dresses in pajamas. But don't think that. His every part is useful. What a brain I have given him. He writes such beautiful ghazals. Even his feces make me happy." I chuckled and wondered how my father's excrement could make Baba happy. Baba explained, "His feces make me happy because when his stomach is clean, he won't pass gas and make my room stink. So even his stool makes me happy." Baba called Bhau near his bed. Bhau bent forward and Baba caressed his cheeks. "Bhau loves me a lot. I don't give him worldly things, but I give him my love." Baba pinched his cheeks. "I think your cheeks are going down, Bhau. I can't hold and shake them. Shake them. Eat more." "He has such a good brain," Baba added. "Still he obeys me to the letter. When I say stand here, he stands until I tell him to sit. Do you know what I hide for him? He loves fish. Look in the corner. I've kept fish for him. Bring it for him." 2 pieces of pomfret dipped in egg batter and fried were served, only to Baba occasionally, not to the Mandali. Baba knew Bao loved fish, so at the dining table during dinner he would say, "I don't feel like eating the fish just now. I'll have it later." He had it brought to his bedroom and he gave it to Bao when Bao came for night watch. Bao ate the fish, standing in front of Baba. Baba said, "See how much your Bapuji loves fish. It's his favorite, so I always keep some for him." From the bed, Baba was looking toward the door, keeping watch in case Goher came and discovered Bao having Baba's fish. I think I use the name Bapuji. It's Babuji, his name for Bao. Baba would glance at Bao and throw him kisses. "Eat, eat, the fish is for you." Baba even stood and peered out the door to see if Goher was coming, but Baba didn't want Bao to hurry. "Eat slowly. A bone might get caught in your throat." Bao finished and waited, holding the empty katori. Only when Baba told him to wash his hands did he move. "Was it tasty?" Baba asked. "How tasty?" "Very tasty?" After 10 minutes, Baba inquired, "Is that taste still on your tongue?" Bao said yes. "Too bad only 2 pieces were there," Baba said, frowning. "It should have been more." The next time fish came, Baba told me to stand by the door and keep watch while Bao ate it. Every few seconds, Baba would snap his fingers. "Is Goher coming?" Baba told me not to speak. just to shake my head yes or no. Again, this is now still Sheila talking. Uh, Again, Baba would pucker his lips and send a kiss towards Bhau. I loved to watch Baba do this, but Baba warned, "Don't look at me. Look out the door and let me know whether Goher is coming." Then Baba hit upon a better solution. Whenever he gave the fish to Bhau, he sent me out to talk with Goher for 10 minutes to keep her occupied. She was sprinkling water over Mera's pillow and the floor to cool them down in the hot weather. Afterwards Baba called me and asked if Goher had been suspicious and wondered why I was with her. I said no, but she did ask why I kept looking at my watch. I told her, fibbing, "My watch isn't working properly. I was checking to see whether it's still ticking." Baba said next time not to look at my watch, but to estimate when 10 minutes had elapsed. Once Goher caught Bhau eating Baba's fish. She asked him, "Why do you eat it? Even if Baba says to, you should refuse." But Baba said, "Hush, Goher. Bhau eats it because I give it to him." Baba even instructed Bhau to throw the bones outside, because if Goher saw the cleanly picked bones, she would realize that Bhau had eaten it. Baba didn't clean the bones of every morsel of fish, as Bhau did. Once Bhau made a mistake and left the plate with the bones in Baba's room. Goher saw how nicely the bones were picked clean and asked Baba if he had eaten the fish. Baba said, "Yes, it was very tasty. I loved it." I wondered how Baba could lie. Goher looked at the plate and said, "You definitely did not eat this, Baba. Bhau must have had it." After she left, Baba told Bhau, "Next time leave something on the bones. Don't clean them so well."
Yeah, I think we should stop. That's the end of that episode. Let's.
Great story.
Oh, wow. What a treat. Oh, what a treat. How did you find that story?
I know when I read Growing Up with God like in express mode, like I kept reading, and after I read, there are these stories which we don't find anywhere, which remained, and I wanted to share. Yeah,
That's wonderful. I
Sheila's
remember
book.
reading that book, but I don't remember that story. That's so
Oh, it's funny.
wonderful. And she is funny. She is giving all sorts of incidents which are really funny. Oh, Papa.
yeah. Jai Baba.
Thank you, Meher. That was fun. I'm sure Bauji is enjoying
Very
it.
good.
So now I would say we can go with our sharings, like anybody who met Bauji, if they want to speak. And later, after one person or two persons speak, we will have a song from Gopalji.
Oh my goodness. Where to start about Bhauji?
I see there are hands. So, Mihal, you raised it first. Let's see what you want to share. And we will have, let me see how many hands first. So, Mihal and then Marian. Okay. First Mihal, then Marian.
So it is so much fun to be with Bauji. It was so wonderful. We had such a good time together. He was so creative and he was so fun. And I think, I always think that Baba, like in this story, that they are really having, mischievous times together, the story that you brought. They're all like little kids, playing mischievous games over Goher. And the ladies. So Baba was like that, I think, for Baba. So I think that Baba was all the time smiling under his mustache and not showing Bauji that he was smiling, and sort of pricking Bauji all the time and making a lot of trouble for him, and actually packing him full to help us all after Baba passed, because he put so much into Bauji, and Bauji was like a sack of Father Christmas. And from this sack came out so many presents to so many people all over the world. that Baba packed into Bhauji, and because Bhauji was so good and he had such a sweet heart, he had such big generosity, he had such beautiful humor, and he had such goodness, and all he wanted to do was to serve his beloved and to give all these gifts before he passed away that Baba has placed in him for all of us. So it was a great, great pleasure, and it was a delight and privilege to be with Bauji and to know him and to be in his presence and his fun ways that he, mischievous ways and creative ways that Baba liked, and he knew how to do so well with all of us. Thank you, Bauji. Happy, happy birthday, darling. Jai Baba.
Great. Thank you, Mihal. So, Marian, your turn.
Thank you so much, everyone. This is such a treasure to do this. And so I'm going to read something. I do not remember when I'm in New York City. So I'd meet Bhau when he would come here. And then in 69 in India, I'd seen him. So I'm going to read something from, we had a very active Meher Baba house here. And in those days, so I'm going back to something that I wrote in our newsletter. We had a Meher Baba house newsletter, and this is going back to 2002 when Bao was here. And it's so this is like the newsletter, a page from the newsletter, and then it says June 3, 2002, Guzzle Night at Don Hill's Music Club. So I'm going to show you first just a little background about Don Hill, because that's what makes this article very funny, is because Don Hill was a nightclub owner in the Soho area. And it was way over west, and I never hung around in that because it was all these crazy nightclubs. And it said he was a music promoter. And when he opened up Don Hill's music club, there's an article that I took out of a magazine after he died in 2011. It said the club hosted hedonistic dance parties like Squeeze Box, which catered to a gay clientele but was open to all. Beef Her aimed at models, celebrities, and misshapes, and he had a lot of famous musicians who would come, and it said the thing about Don Hill is that scenes erupted around him. And anyway, it says he was a music promoter and a stalwart of Soho's vibrant music scene. He brought together punks, drag queens, and debutantes in this name of rock and roll for almost 2 decades. So this is a picture of Don Hill.
Yeah.
So that sets the scene for my little article, because I went there. So when Bao came, a Baba follower who knew Don Hill, and I don't remember who it was, and had this connection, arranged for us to meet in Don Hill's club over in Soho. So in our newsletter, I wrote this article. So it's June 3, 2002, Guzzle Night at Don Hill's Music Club. That's me, the I is me. I had never been all the way west on Greenwich Street. Being in a totally new neighborhood was exciting. Without knowing yet, I passed Don Hill's and walked too far west. I returned my steps, passing some restaurants and going by other clubs. I asked 2 men standing in the front of a restaurant where Don Hill's music club might be. One of the men said, "What is a nice girl like you going to Don Hill's club?" Being of middle age, I took it as a compliment, but was also intrigued as I headed in the right direction. I entered the club. There was a dim light at the bar on the right. The rest of that side of the club was very dark. There, 3 men were standing there talking. I introduced myself, and a man reached out his hand and said, "Hi, I'm Don Hill." The walls were covered in heavy, dark drapes. No light came in from the outside. To my left was a lighted platform and a dance floor. Chairs were set up for our meeting with Bhau. Soon after Soon after, Baba lovers came in, and then Bao came in with those who had joined him for dinner. All the time, I was saying Baba's name and staying open to the unique experience. We sat down. Bao climbed onto the platform and, after an introduction, spoke to us. The stories were spellbinding and always had messages. I wanted I wanted more of the guzzles, but sensed that I needed to be open to the flow of the evening. So I bought Bao's book, Sunrays. He inscribed a lovely personal message in each book, but that was sold. What a treasure. I enjoy picking up the book, which of course a lot of people have it, Sunrays. Yeah, I have it. Yeah. And I joined, let's see, those books. I enjoy picking up the book and turning to a page at random. I just did that. The one that appeared is I long for more kicks.
Mm.
At first, I thought it meant kicks like going to Don Hill's music club. However, it means the kind of kicks with Baba's foot. When I was leaving the club that night, I had the thought that far in the future, that's now, far in the future, someone would read about the meeting with the Avatar's disciple. The reader will really get a kick out of Bao's lovers' meeting in Don Hill's music club. I sure did. The end. Jay Baba.
We got the kick far into the future.
How many people attended
Oh,
that meeting?
Baba.
I don't know. It's hard to see a picture here. It's this photograph of where we were in the club. So it was a little stage that he was on. We were down a little bit lower. And it was quite a crowd. I don't remember because Meherabad House, we had a lot of members. And, there had to be at least 50 or more, at least
Oh
50 people
my.
there probably. It
Oh,
was
that's a big
was
crowd.
quite a
Oh,
crowd.
wow.
And so then in his book that I got, he said, "My dearest sister Marion, may beloved Avatar Meher Baba touch your heart with a ray of his divine sun, so that you may long and long to kiss this divine sun."
Wow, that's precious.
Thank
Wow.
you.
Precious.
I have that in my memory book, all preserved.
Wow. Wow.
Beautiful.
Fun.
Jai
Bhauji was always ready for anything.
True. And he was asked
Anything.
to and he was
Oh,
asked to do
what is a
all
nice
kinds
girl
of
like
things.
you doing in that club?
Right. Don Hill's music.
And Bhauji. Fun.
Thank you, Marianne.
Yeah.
So now I would like us to, have some change in pace. Let's see. One of the, my own cherished memories are when we hear, Bhauji sing, like the songs he wrote. We get grounded. I feel his bhajan or his songs have a literature aspect and a deeper in the understanding aspect, which make you feel so peaceful. So we want to witness that now. I think Gopalji, if you're ready now.
But please, Gopalji, we were speaking before and you were very far away from the mic. So if you can come closer because your voice was very low, right? That's what I felt. Anyone else?
Yeah, we will check now. Let's see.
How about now? Like,
No,
is it
more.
okay? No?
Can you come closer? Let's see.
Okay, maybe no, I'm really close, very close.
Ah, okay.
Let me see if I need to change any audio settings. Because built-in output, speaker, speaker out.
Gopal, where are you from? Where are you from in India?
I'm from Andhra.
And you are there now?
And I'm here in North Carolina.
Oh.
Gopalji stays very close to center, like 5 hour drive, I suppose, right,
Oh,
Gopalji?
that's beautiful.
3 hours. Yeah.
3 hours.
This
So I
way.
have seen chance coincidences, but the very few times I am there, I seen him couple of times.
Uh, uh, did you look at
So,
audio settings and was that any?
yeah, my audio settings are both, both speaker and microphone.
Ah,
They
okay.
are normal. It is
Well,
built-in microphone for the
okay.
microphone, and then for the speaker also, it
Your
is.
voice is still very, very low, but we'll do with what is, but just to know.
Maybe it'd be better when you sing. Sing loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
And also, after you sing, please give us the translation
Yeah.
so we know what you're singing.
Yeah. Any better? Is it any
Oh,
better?
yes, it is better
Yeah,
now.
better.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, it is. Oh, okay. I just increased. It was it was more than 50% the microphone input volume, but I increased it a little bit. Okay.
Good. Output is good all the way.
Output is also good. Yeah, it's
Okay.
also
Much better. Much better.
Good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
100%. Okay. I think because I will be playing music from my phone. I think I need to be in
Uh, original
sound,
sound. Original.
original sound musician mode, right?
Yes. Yes.
I
Uh-huh.
just changed it to musician mode. Yeah. Now, is it okay? You're able to hear me
Yes,
still?
Better.
Okay.
We better. We should mute. Let's see.
I will try. Mute.
um, everyone.
I mean, do you hear like a echo? Do you hear an echo? Okay, you're good, right? Okay. So this is Bhauji's song on silence. I will read the translation first. So, um, okay. The avatar of the new age has come. Meher Prabhu has come, bringing silence with him. Though silent, Lord is speaking. From his silence, a powerful stream is flowing. All words that have been that have been spoken before are drowning now. They were utterly meaningless. Utterly meaningless. One who silences his own mind attains the essence of silence. Words themselves have come to drown in silence, to lose themselves within it. I mean, within the silence. Silence is the language of divine love. It speaks endlessly, beyond all limits. Um, yeah, I think that's the essence of the song.
Welcome.
I'm going to play music and then I'm using this karaoke mic. Let me see. I mean, still, if we are able to hear, me singing and. Aya Yuga Avatar. So that's good, right? Both music
Good.
and my voice, you are able to. Okay, good. अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। आया युग अवतार, आया 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 युग अवतार, आया युग अवतार, आया युग अवतार, मेहर प्रभु लेकर मौन अपार, आया युग अवतार, आया युग अवतार, मेहर प्रभु लेकर मौन अपार। बोल रहा है मौन प्रभु का, बोल रहा है मौन प्रभु का, बह रहा है धार, बह रहा है धार, चले हुए हैं शब्द मौन से, चले हुए हैं शब्द ढूंढते, जो है निपट आसान, जो है निपट आसान, आया युग अवतार, आया युग अवतार, मेहर प्रभु लेकर मौन अपार। अपने मन को मौन करे जो, अपने मन को मौन करे जो, पाए मौन का सार, पाए मौन का सार। जाने आए शब्द मौन से, जाने आए शब्द मौन से, डूबने उसमें हार, डूबने उसमें हार, आया युग अवतार, आया युग अवतार, मेहर प्रभु लेकर मौन अपार। मौन प्रेम की भाषा भाव, बोले बोले अपार, मौन प्रेम की भाषा भाव, बोले बोले अपार, बोल हृदय को लेने ले दे, बोल हृदय को तू लेने दे, मिल जाएगा साथ, मिल जाएगा साथ, आया युग अवतार, मेहर प्रभु आया लेकर मौन अपार, आया युग अवतार, आया युग अवतार। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय।
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, sorry.
Thank you. That's very nice.
That was that was
Let me I think turn off this musicians mode, otherwise I think there will be echo.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just turn it off.
That was wonderful. Wonderful. Really. Wow.
Yeah, okay.
Where in आया युग अवतार लेकर मौन अपार.
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, nice.
Karen, is Karen? I mean, she's not here,
Aaron
right?
has left.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
That's
That was beautiful, Gopal. Oh my
Thank
goodness.
you. Thank you.
Oh, so lovely. Wow.
It was very powerful. Powerful. Very
Yeah,
powerful.
still,
Beautiful.
Thank you, Gopalji. So, folks, now we are almost at the hour, and we can continue with our experiences. Like Betty, you want to go now, right?
Yes, I have a lot to share. So I can stop if somebody else comes up with something or has questions or something. Because not only we had a lot of, my family had a lot of personal time with Bauji that was very special. But also, I wanted to talk about Bauji was instrumental in the founding of Meherana way back at the beginning when he would, Bauji would come every year, it seemed, and he would be at the LA Sahabas. And one year, I can't remember which year, maybe even the 80s, he, the Sahabas, um, the Sahabas was finished, and people were in a wonderful mood. Of course, everybody was very happy and not wanting to leave. And uh, Bauji asked Christy Pearson at one point, he said, "Isn't there some place where we could all be together? Could we go and all be together?" Because it was finished. We were finished at our retreat center and it was time to go. And she said, "Well," she said, "We have a cabin, the Pearson, we had a half finished cabin in the mountains up in near Yosemite Park in California, north of LA." She said we could go there and camp, and so they pulled that together. I wasn't part of that first time, but they pulled it together very quickly, and they drove up in a caravan, and they had their camping equipment with them, and it was Silence Day. It was the LA Harvest was always right around Silence Day, 4th of July for us folks, and but close to Silence Day. Um, so there might have been 20, maybe 30 people gone. They camped. They just camped all around the Pearsons' little half-finished cabin house, and and on Silence Day, they all decided they would drive into Yosemite, the national park, which was 1 hour away. So they were all silent, and there was a caravan of cars uh, going into the park, and they would one by one the cars would come and they'd pay their daily fee, not saying a word, and go on. Each car would come, nobody would talk. So all these silent people would come, and she said they had a beautiful day by the Merced River, and I think read. Oh no, they wouldn't read anything. They just were sitting in silence. I think Bauji wrote. He may have even written a ghazal. Christy
So
could
he was with them. He was with them at all.
Yes, Bhauji was with them. Yeah, uh-huh. Yeah.
Wow.
So they just had this beautiful day in a beautiful place, Silence Day. Um, and came back, and everybody was, so happy that they decided they had to continue it. We called it Bhau stock. So, the word kind of spread around. So next year, when Bhauji came, we had Bhau stock. Bhau first was in L.A. and did a wonderful. He was so wonderful at L.A. Sahabas, and then he would come to. They would have. I think maybe it went on for 3 or 4 years, where we would all bring our tents and camp out in the yard and have time with Bhauji. And there, I've got wonderful pictures of that. It was fun. All the kids loved it. So that was the beginning, and it all started with Bhauji's question: "Isn't there some place we could be together?" So they realized that this was not sufficient. We could not all camp in the Pearson's yard. So then there became a committee formed to look at what kind of land could we buy in that area, because land was fairly cheap, and there were reasons for just continuous close to the park. There were many good reasons for continuing there, and so people from the San Francisco Bay Area would drive up. I don't know, monthly. I don't remember how often they would meet to talk about this potential. How would we start a center, and Bhauji was very, very interested in this whole process. He really wanted it to flourish. And then let's see. Oh, I know how they actually found the land was they had a whole they knew about how much they had their what's the word, they had their requirements for what would work for us. And then Christy Pearson, she worked for a realtor, and this piece of property came up, very inexpensive. I think it was like 150. It was very cheap for, I think it was 80 some acres. I could be wrong, of land, and it was going to go into foreclosure. So the man wanted to sell fast, and he was willing to take a low price. Christine was made aware of this piece of property, and so she said she called all the committee members, and she said it was a miracle they were all home because they had to say, yes, okay, we'll do it now. They had to commit, I think maybe it was 20,000, and so indeed it happened. They bought it. They bought that piece of property. I think it was, yeah, it might have been 100 acres. Anyway, so here I remember going there and seeing a man had wanted to make a camp there, so he had put a big they call it a transistor, big electric, I don't know, box, good enough to send electric to many buildings. It was more than just a house. It was set up with the notion they would have a camp. So and of course Christy contacted Bhauji, and she said yes, go. So indeed they bought the land, and it took a lot of work, clean up. It was a lot of metal and old. I remember going up there in the snow in January. I think it was just it was it had a lot of work to do. But of course, so that was really the beginning of Meherana, and Bhauji had always totally supported this endeavor, and would come and be this big guest speaker. And when we would have sahabas, we now have 2 sahabas a year, one in May and one in October. And oh yes, and then it was at a time, it came, there were problems in the Bay Area Baba world between the Sufis and the not Sufis. There were some pretty serious antagonism. People were and Bhau wanted this to be a place where all the Baba lovers could come comfortably and not, it was very important to him. And in fact, oh yeah, well, so he made sure that that was that, and it was a place for all to come and as Baba lovers, and so it was an important, aid in helping to resolve that very, very difficult situation. So um, I remember that we built a beautiful log cabin that was Baba's cabin, and I remember Mick Hamilton, Bhauji was there for the inauguration. Mick threw a coconut on the concrete and broke it, and that was that. That was the inauguration of Baba's cabin. So, uh,
What years are you talking about? What years? Generally, not specifically.
90s into 2000s, maybe like that. Yeah. And the Meherana has a website, meherana.org. You can see beautiful pictures now. It now has a Baba's cabin and a very nice meadow cabin. And
So did the
so
Sufis come? Did the Sufis come?
absolutely, they came. Not the whole group, but many, many dedicated. So people loved it and still do. Yes, it's like we
Okay.
are just all there because we love to be there. Yeah. So, yeah, definitely. Yeah. So that was Bhauji and Mayarana. Maybe I'll stop there and let Rob have a or you two have a chance, and I can go back and tell my family story with Bhauji, which was a whole different story.
That's so exciting, so
It was.
exciting. Such an exciting project. Wow, it's such exciting times. Thank you. The way you told it was exciting too. Thank you.
Thank you, Betty. Yeah, we should continue and we'll come back on you, Betty.
Okay.
Let's see now, Robert, your turn.
I never met Bauji, but I just opened up this book, The Real Treasure. I was hoping to get a Bauji story, and I'd opened up to a Bauji story. So I think it's meant to be. And the title of the story is It Is All a Dream. Around 1995, Bauji developed cancer in his colon. He was subsequently hospitalized and operated upon. When he left the hospital, he appeared very weak and fragile, and it gave everyone the impression that the end was near. At that time, Bauji was still the chief functionary of the trust work. After his return, he would call on all the workers and residents living in the trust compound every evening for a talk. Excuse me. Every day, as we were busy with our work, someone would come to inform us that Bauji wanted everyone assembled in his room at 4 p.m. So we would stop our work and assemble in Bauji's room. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Bauji during these sessions would not talk about work, but about the attitude a worker should have while working. He would highlight the basic qualities a person should have, such as humility, a willingness to undergo humiliation, effacement of the ego, complete honesty, and complete surrender to his will, which would help one accept every situation with poise. Bauji would also constantly emphasize in his talks that it is still a dream. He would repeatedly tell us, remember, this is a dream. It's not real. Only he is real. Nothing exists but him. Don't forget, he alone is real. This went on day after day for a very long time. Eventually, it started seeming strange to me that Bauji was interrupting the work we were doing, almost on a daily basis, to tell us how one should work. I wondered why he went on and on repeating the same thing and put it down simply as his habit. It was only years later, when I was reminiscing about my time with the Mandali, that it suddenly occurred to me that Bauji was very emphatic about his statements that it is all a dream. Only he is real. Nothing else exists but him. This made me wonder if he was seeing it all as a dream. Was he able to see the nothingness of illusion? Was he experiencing the reality that Mayor Baba is everything? It struck me now that he was not repeating the thing out of habit. He was speaking out of conviction in order to help us create the awareness and feeling which he was experiencing. This realization dawned on me all of a sudden, a realization that electrified my whole being. Yet my mind had doubts, so I waited to broach the subject with Bhauji. I had to wait patiently in order to catch Bhauji on a delicate subject like that. Bhauji would never answer such questions in front of pilgrims or workers. Only when he was alone and free of work would he share the secrets of the heart with his close workers. After waiting patiently, I finally got the opportunity when Bhauji, on his own, started reminiscing about the past. He started talking about his experiences in hospital when he had cancer. I took the opportunity and asked him, "Do you remember? He would call us every evening for a talk and kept emphasizing that it is all a dream." Bhauji replied, "Yes, I remember." I asked him, "Do you experience it as a dream?" Bhauji replied, "No, I don't." I persisted, "But you spoke with such conviction. If you did not experience it, then how could you have spoken with such conviction?" Bhauji smiled and said, "I do not experience it as a dream, but feel it all the time. The feeling that is a dream is there all the time. Excuse me. That feeling that it is a dream is there all the time. It is an awareness that it is a dream. I am aware of it all the time." This helped me understand some controversial actions of the Mandali that did not seem to make any sense at the time. It was no wonder that the Mandali had tossed the residents around in the way they did because of the awareness that this was only a dream. One time, Irich happened to be driving the point home that there is nothing but besides Baba. He is the being of all beings. When he said this, I asked him, "Do you experience this?" Irich said very slowly, "No, I don't experience it, but I perceive it." Both their replies were very similar on various other subjects as well. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. Thank you, Rob.
Yes, thank you.
And Betty, we can continue this way. I have one other video of 7 minutes. Bauji speaks. We want to hear him too, right? When we have a program. So should I play it now? That's on obedience. Okay. I take that as yes. Sharing my screen.
I would also like to sing a song later on, so keep that in mind for Bauji's birth.
Like, yeah, this one.
I was keeping night watch. I was keeping night watch with Baba. At night, I would be with him, and then during daytime, correspondence and writing books. So one day, Baba came in the morning, and he said that, of course, you write one letter, very, very important letter. So he gave the points for the letter. Write immediately. And there was one old Mandi member, his name was Gustaji. So Baba had started he would ask him to sit near him. And sit near him, and Baba would give sweets to him. And then he would eat. So that day, just to bring one plate, Baba said, "Bring the plate and then go." So I brought the plate, and plate I gave to Baba. Just write that letter, go. I went there in my room and I started writing. Hardly 2 lines. And Baba clapped. So I thought that Baba must be clapping for others. But then Irach called out, Bhau, Bhau, Baba wants you. So I came. What happened? Little that sweet fell down. Ustadji was eating, it fell down. Baba said, clean it. There were other Maldi members were there. Important letter he asked me to write. Clean it. Otherwise ants would come. So I cleaned. Go, write later. I went to my room, hardly 2 lines, 2 more lines. Again he clapped. And I went. Again, a small piece fell down. So clean it. I cleaned. Just go, write. Very important letter. Third time I wrote only 2 lines and clapped. Third time, clean it. I was cleaning and thinking, this old man does nothing. He is observing silence since many years, but he is playing mischief. And Baba says, what are you thinking? I said, nothing. And Baba says, I know what you are thinking. You think Gustaji is playing mischief. He is following me. 100%. You are also following. Whatever I said you want to write, you are following. But what is the difference? Why Gustaji is doing this? In order to please me. So his obedience pleases me. You also obey me. But your obedience does not please me. Does not please me. So obedience, it should be such wholehearted. To remember him means wholehearted. Not to just close your eyes and I remembered Baba. No. While you are doing anything and you remember, in a very natural way. If you do it, you will see what happens. And from time to time, when it is possible, you come here. And Baba will be very, very pleased. He would help you. So obedience should please the beloved.
What a lion. Majestic. Baba.
Yeah. So I wanted us to see how Bhauji is giving himself as an example, for the visitors to say how to be obedient to please him. That's epitome of his life, like he himself went through for us all to also know all these things. So that's the thing I wanted us to see. Continuing, we see Nancy raised her hand. So let's see Nancy sharing.
Hi, Jai Baba.
Jai
Glad
Baba.
to have this celebration of Bhau. I met Bhau a few times, one at Bhau Stock, one in Meherabad, and a couple other times California. And I'd just like to share. And then he helped me with the question when I met him at Meherabad. And what I like to share is I was remembering and feeling his hugs, which were so filled with peace and calm. And, besides his great humor, and his gifts of writing for Baba. It was just so wonderful to feel Bau's hugs and meet him and see his eyes and smile. And then I had, as in this meeting with the book of Sunrays, before I thought of the book, I'm thinking, just describing that hug. And, Baba is our son, but hugging Bao, it's like hugging one of his sun rays. So I really celebrate him in heart, Baba's love. Jai Baba, thank you.
So when did you meet him, Nancy? You're muted if you're speaking.
I met Bao at Bowstock. I believe it was like maybe 1991
Nice.
or two. Yeah,
And
we were camping. Pardon?
Bhau, is that program at Meherabad or where was that? Oh,
Yes, what Betty was sharing about.
Okay. Meherana. Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Early
Thank you.
days.
And I have a picture of him and I cherish of that Bowstock.
We can't see you. Are you showing it, the picture?
I'm behind Baba and Norina
Oh,
today.
okay.
That's
My,
a good place.
my heart is with you.
We hear, we feel.
Okay. So we'll continue. We will have 7 more minutes for 12:30. We are due Mihal yours experience and then Betty yours.
Mayor, we can go on after 12:30. That's
Okay.
You shouldn't feel constrained. Yeah, take all the sharing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would like to sing a song for Bauji's birthday that was written actually on the first anniversary of his passing away. And I sang in Meherabad when we had a birthday. So it's about his fun being with him. Over Mel Baba Ki Jai and their Bauji. Who in the middle of the night, who in the middle of the night would sit by beloved's side, would sit by beloved's side, not sleeping a wink, the mosquitoes would sting. It was you, Bauji, dear Bauji, fool number 9. It was you, Bauji, dear Bauji, Baba's lion, ghazal writer and scribe. Who wrote all the ghazals with his tears? Who wrote all the ghazals with his heart? At beloved's feet was ground into dust. At beloved's feet was ground into dust. From a dynasty came, Tatagaru became. Tatagaru is empty pockets. Tatagaru became. It was you, Bauji, dear Bauji, fool number 9. It was you, Bauji, dear Bauji, Baba's lion ghazal writer and scribe, who always won the boxing match, who always won the boxing match. In East and West made everyone laugh and relax. In East and West made everyone laugh and relax. You could not walk and walk, but you talked and talked and talked and talked and talked and talked. It was you, Bauji, dear Bauji, fool number 9. It was you, Bauji, dear Bauji, Baba's lion ghazal writer and scribe, who filled our hearts with Baba's wine. No, what's this? Yeah. Who filled our hearts with Baba's wine? Who filled our hearts with Baba's wine? In chats and talks you opened Baba's tavern wide. In chats and talks you opened Baba's tavern wide. You would have us dance and sing, Baba's stories you would bring. It was you, Bhauji, dear Bhauji, full number 9. Thank you, dear Bhauji, sweet Bhauji, for all that you in Baba's love for us have done. יום הולדת, יום הולדת, השמחה רבה רבה, איזה יופי, חג שמח, ותודה רבה. כן תזכה להרבה שמחות, והרבה אוהבים שיזכרו אותך עוד. Thank you. Thank you, Jay Baba. Happy
Write
birthday.
that, Myan?
Excuse me?
Did you write this one?
Yeah, I wrote
Oh,
that, yeah.
great.
He was about groupie. Mikal.
Yeah,
Oh,
Mm.
yeah.
you must sing that in these days around Babaji's birthday, Mikal. Sing it more. At other times, other
Yeah,
meetings.
yes. Thank you.
Ah,
Very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And we have two hand. We see Diane and Terry ready to share.
Good morning, and thank you for everything. It's incredible. And we came to Bauji. We came to Baba I came in 2012, and in 2013, I said to Diane, "We have to go to India." I woke up in bed and said, "We have to go to India." So we go to India, and I knew how important Bauji was, but I didn't know hardly anything yet because I had just come to Mayor Baba. But we made a plan to meet Bauji, and it was at the end, towards the end of his life, and we had to go to the trust, right? Yeah. Yeah. So someone took us to the trust, and we meet with him. He's in a wheelchair and everything, and we come in, and there's a woman with him, and he greets us in a very limited what? A Western woman. He greets us in a very limited way, but I can see that he's okay. And the woman says, "Bauji, let them take a picture with you." So we take a picture with him, and his face is kind of long. I'm going to show you the pictures. So the woman says to him, "These gals have come all the way across the world to come meet you. Do you think you have a smile in there?" So then I have to show you the after picture. It's a step to me. Diane says I'm making fun of him. I'm not. It's so loving. And then when he was done, he still gave us prasad for our birthdays, for Valentine's Day, for New Year's, for Christmas. Like he kept giving us prasad. It was the most, from us coming late to the party, it was the most unbelievable experience. It was so loving, and it gave us a piece of Baba that we would never have gotten if we hadn't gone. He went to Baba 6 months later.
Wow, wow.
This is the first picture.
No, wait.
Wait, let me get it.
Let's put you on. Yeah.
Can you see his long face?
Wait. Yeah, yeah.
Wait, let me see if we can do it better.
They had it. They got it. No, bring it more to your heart.
Yeah, turn it straight ahead.
There.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
that's better.
You see the long face?
Yeah.
Okay, now look at this one. He tried to smile for us.
Yeah, little bit.
No, bring
Little
it to your
bit.
heart. Bring it to your heart.
Bring it to your heart.
More to your
Oh,
heart.
thank
Wow.
you.
That's
That
better.
worked. So he got a little smile out for us.
Oh, you are so fortunate. You are
I
so.
felt so fortunate. And it was such a gift. And even though Diane said we're like sort of making fun, we're not. It's
No,
like
it's
so
not fun. It's not
beautiful.
fun. It's how it
So
was in
I
Boston.
hope you take it the
Yeah.
way we mean it.
Well, toward the end, the muscles in his face were, he didn't necessarily
Limited,
have that
yeah.
smile. Yeah.
But we got a
right.
little piece, and it's really fed us.
But that's
And
the
then
way.
we've seen videos and heard stories. I mean, now it's been a lot of years, but then it was that little, and I'll never forget it. I mean, it was so touching and beautiful. So thank you for letting us share.
And that's the way it was with his team. They would be like mothers to him, and they would tell him things like that. And that's what part of the being with him, then the beauty of being with him. So it's not making fun of him. It's just giving the
Mhm.
atmosphere as how it was. It really was like that.
They were the mummies.
Thank you,
That was
Mom.
his word, his mummies. And he had several mummies who were like mother helpers too. He needed, oh Lord, the man persevered through God. You say he looked like um, just a minute.
Oh yeah.
He in
So
the video. Oh, I'm sorry. Should I go ahead or no?
yeah, go ahead, Betty. Yeah.
In the video, he looked like he was in a bathrobe. He was in a bathrobe for it seemed
Yeah.
pretty much all the time in his later years. He persevered through God knows such surgeries. There was a surgery he had where the anesthetic didn't work. He felt the surgery. He's persevered through incredible physical suffering. And his whole focus was to get the energy to give to us, really, is what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was a great dresser. He loved dressing. So before he came to Baba, he had a cupboard full of really beautiful clothes with silk and suits and things. So he really loved to get dressed, and Baba put him in robes, in bathrobes. And people came from all over the world, from the west and the east and wherever, and they had to see him in this bathrobe, you know, until some of his lovers sewed these beautiful silk bathrobes. So he, the humiliation, wow.
Right. Although he
Amazing.
did, there were times I remember when he would give public talks, he would dress in a very nice suit. He knew how to put, for Baba, he knew how to present
I
Baba.
used to say, "You look so beautiful." And he said, "No, no. Handsome, handsome.
Handsome.
Not beautiful, handsome."
You
So,
mentioned wrestling. I'm sorry, Mikal, were you
no,
done?
go ahead. You say
That
what?
you remember in the LA Sahabas, the classic scene of they they had a boxing match with him and Fred Stankus, big tall Fred Stankus, and he had his big gloves on. Pow! And of course Fred fell over. It was hilarious to watch.
Yeah.
I don't remember what he was wearing.
Yeah, and he
Maybe
made
more.
that Stanko said he made a pact with him that it will be like as if he's boxing him, as if, and then he will fall. Stanko said he, he touched him, and that was immense. That was not a small, not a make-believe one. He
Uh-huh.
just fell off, but I think it was the energy rather than the real, because Bauji would not, harm anyone. So he was full of fun. He could do anything. And when he said, when he was almost thinking that he would die, he passed away. So he was saying in the America that he will give this arm to this place and that leg to that place.
Uh-huh.
All his pieces will be buried in different places in the States.
I have a legal paper written up by Henry Kishauti that we got his leg. This is Oregon, we get his leg. That he, it's
Oh, the Oregon gets his
yeah,
legs.
his leg.
Oh, he was so fun. Oh, Baba.
Betty, should we now continue with your family's experience?
Sure. Yeah, he was very important. This is very important to us. We met him for the first time when we came to India. Me, my husband, and three of our five kids all came in '87. And at that time, Bauji was not such a public figure. I think I don't. He was just in the background. I think maybe because I don't know when he finished Lord Mayher, but my sense was that he was coming out of that kind of a seclusion, that so he had lots of time. And and our situation is we were having, my husband was in a neck brace because he'd had an injury, and he wasn't at all comfortable with this. He came to India, but he was he he wasn't it was my doing. I wanted us all to go. So he was, and he was not, and the fact that we had to stay separate. I was in one side of the PC with the girls, and he was on the other side with the boys who were. Uh, he was not always patient. Let's put it that way. And he was my husband, Dave was miserable much of the time, mad at me, jealous if I talked to some other man. It was not a comfortable time. It was pretty intense. And so he at one point said to me, "Go tell Bao I want a divorce." And I said, "Good, I'll go tell him. I'm happy to oblige." So I did. And I remember he was sitting on some wall somewhere or a bench somewhere. Maybe we were in Meherabad. Where we were, I can't remember. Anyway, we were, and I said, I said, my husband wants me to tell you he wants a divorce. And so he just kind of took that in and he said, "Well, what do you want?" And I said, I just kind of sighed and I went, "Well, I want what Baba wants." And no, I would have much rather said, "Yes, exactly what I want. That's exactly." But no, I said, "Yeah, I want what Baba wants." Of course, that was the right answer, and he kind of took it in. He said, "You uh uh he's come approach him when he's in a good mood. Watch his moods. Don't bother him when he's in a bad mood. Go and that was good advice. That was good advice. And and then every time after that, when he saw every time, and the two of us were together anywhere in his vicinity, he would say, Mommy and Daddy." He'd say, "I want to see lots of hugs and kisses." He would we couldn't be together in his presence without him hugging us and saying, yeah, he was clear that was the instruction from Baba through Bhauji, I guess, that we were not going to get a divorce. In fact, we took off our wedding wings and we put them on the tomb. I had a lot of trouble getting mine off up on the samadhi, and kind of we had our own little rededication of our marriage to, and he wasn't entirely a Baba lover. He was, but he was showered with love there from Bhauji and so many other of the Mandali by uh yeah. So that was my family with Bhauji, and yeah. And there, when we saw him here, I became Lemon Mummy and he became Lemon Tractor Daddy. He knew he drove a tractor, and he drove. In fact, he was very much at Marana, very much needed in the beginning. That's when I would say that Dave came to Baba, was at Marana, really. Oh.
Betty, I love the song that you sang in Meherabad about Bhauji with the tractor. Can you tell that tale, Bhauji with the tractor?
Oh, that story about, oh yeah. Sure. Bao had many degrees, one of which was agriculture. And to get that degree, he had to drive a tractor. And he wasn't very good at machines, or I remember Baba called him useless because he couldn't figure out the radio, to get the radio to the right, whatever it was that Baba wanted. So, yeah, so Bao, when he had his test for the driving the tractor, he plowed into a shed and crashed the shed. He still got his degree, I think. But so at Meherana one time, I worked with the kids, and so we did a skit on. And we built a big cardboard orange tractor, and the kid and we had this song that Huey, I'll sing it now, if you that Huey MacDonald wrote. Oh, speaking of Huey, okay, I'll do the song first, and then I'll show. I've got a couple of pictures. Let's see. Pardon me, Bao. Right. So anyway, the kids and I sang this song about Bhauji and the tractor. Where, Baba? Here, let me find it. Pardon me, Bhau. Okay, here we go. Pardon me, Bhau. Is that a tractor that you're driving? Looks like you're taking a test. Don't make it a mess. And this is all the kids singing this while this one kid was crashing the tractor. Pardon me, Bhau. That's not the Chattanooga choo-choo. It's a dangerous truck. You might run out of luck. Pardon me, Bhau. I think you're going way too fast. Don't press that pedal. It's not the brake, it's the gas. People standing in the road are running for life, screaming like they saw a ghost and filled with fright. Bow, you better stop now. The shed is very close now. Press the brake. Oh no, it's too late. Thank God it's not a cow. Pardon me, Bow. Is that a tractor that you're driving? I hope you pass the test. I think you need a rest. That was fun. I've got a couple of pictures, and actually both of them have Bow and Huey. If I could show them. Here's, let's see. Here's Bow at Marana. Oops, yeah, there you go. You can, Huey was doing some kind of a magic trick. Bao was a great sport. He would go along with any of this kind of stuff.
Oh, Baba.
And then there's let's see, the next one. Another one is Bao. He was hit when he was in town at the Sufis. He was Bhauji would give a talk. Here's Huey in his robe. This is my husband Dave, and this is our little daughter who's now 27.
Sweet.
Amani.
So sweet.
And
Wow.
there's Bhauji there. They had a when Bhauji was in town, we had a big, oh my gosh, a whole series of meetings. It was a big, almost a Bhau festival, and meetings at different places. And this was the children's meeting for Bhauji.
Wow, sweet.
Yeah. Okay, so that's my story.
Your house? Is that at your house?
No, it was in nope, it was at somebody's house in the no, it was uh one of the no, he did mostly like maybe at the Talbots or bigger houses and up in the Bay, the Lafayette or Berkeley area. Yeah, where the most of the Baba livers live. That's where Bauji would. It was like the Bao Fest one year. It was a big deal. He'd go from house, and I'm sure it happened in L.A. too. He'd go from house to house and have a big meeting at each house. Those were the days when he had that kind of energy. And it was really nice because at that time when those meetings were happening, it was uh, we had a committee to make sure that of a few of us of the Baba women, I think it was mostly women, and a few from the Sufis. It was important that the two groups. That was when there was such trouble between them, that we do it together. The groups got together, and we really worked hard to make sure that everybody felt comfortable, and it was good. It was
I
a good
think
thing.
it's the
And
first time
Bowsy,
hearing stories from the US and his visit so fully, and so thank you for sharing these because I don't know this part. It's
yeah.
really,
Uh-huh.
yeah, thank you.
Were you ever with him you were there with him in India, right? And his
Yeah,
mummies
in
at
India,
that time?
only in
Yeah.
India, yeah, and on his chats when even if he was abroad. But I
Mm-hmm.
never heard these stories, so it's good that you tell them, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, be good to document.
So
He
I,
gave you your name, Mother Namo, right? Is that your name, Mom? Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
so yeah, so I had a fortune to see him physically also.
Yeah.
Well, after Dan and Terry was saying, 2013, after your trip
Uh-huh.
in about August 2013, we went to Meherabad. And thus, our second visit, when first visit when we were very little kids, but this time after knowing more about Baba and trying to know more, we went. And 2013 August, he was totally bedridden. So Bhauji, but you know what arrangements they had, certain scheme of things, like they don't allow visitors anymore. At that point of his health, he is not giving any darshan, and they are counting his days at that time. So, but you see what happened, since never we never went to Meherabad. So this is our first visit. So they honored, like, you must go. You will be treated inside of his room even if he doesn't come out. So we had the privilege of going direct at his bedroom. Our whole group, me, my parents, my wife. He was lying there straight and flat, and Sheela was there. She entertained us, she told us, she joked, she talked, but we saw him very close, and I'm so thankful though. So that's what it is there. They treat you even at that point so privileged, to show us how it is.
So,
At
so
least,
you were in Sheila's house when he was
uh,
there?
in the
Yeah,
like in the Meherazad.
Meherabad, Meherabad. He wasn't in Meherabad at those days, either in Kushal quarters or in Meherabad.
Kushru quarters, actually.
Social
Kushru quarters.
quarters.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
that's the Meher compound. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
okay. So
Uh,
yeah,
and so did
I have recollections. Did you finish? I'm sorry.
I just wanted to ask you, was he conscious enough that he could recognize you?
He
And
just will say, like, Sheila will poke him. See, they have come for first time, and he will just
oh,
kind of gives
wow.
an
Just with his eyes. Oh my
eyes.
gosh. Wow.
And my son, everybody will see my mom. My mom's name is Sundari, and she says, "Oh, you have a beautiful name," and this, and
Oh,
everybody's at ease, and
nice.
um, that.
Abby was alive then with you? Yeah?
No, I'm sorry.
No.
Actually, Abhi was not
No.
yet born.
Yeah,
No,
okay.
he was not there that time.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Yeah.
2013. Yeah, August, September, 2 months before he passing away.
So is
Yeah.
your parents and Hadi's parents both?
No, our parents,
Yeah.
my parents, and Hari and me. So four of us.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful. And did your parents know about Baba?
We, my father named me Meher Kiran. So, but they never visited the Meherabad. This is a second visit for all of us that time, and we heard about Bauji. Like my father used to talk about him, his books, and the funny thing, my father, when I was growing, he used to say, "You must read everything and nothing." One day, and he must say the other day, he says, "There's nothing and everything also." And he said, "You're talking, you're saying things differently each time." And I never thought there are those two books. So going there and viewing and knowing at least helped us to visually make sure the feel of the whole atmosphere now,
Wow. Yeah.
Diane has,
Yeah, we have something.
I just want to take a minute to say a prayer for our Angela, who created this whole
yeah,
situation for us, who
yeah,
allows us to hear things from Israel and India and all across the world.
yeah.
This has been such a gift to us for so many years now. How would we have known these stories or seen these pictures if this didn't happen? It would be so personal just to us. And this way we got to share so much. So I just want to give Angela a little love right now for a
Thank you,
second. Is that
Angela.
okay?
We love you. Absolutely.
Key to that, absolutely.
Thank you. Jai Baba.
Mihal. And I think we will close with what Mihal will say now, and 1 o'clock, I think.
Okay. Ralph might have something to say. Ralph met Bauji, no doubt. Yeah. I'm sorry, but let's let Mikhail go
No,
first.
no, let Ralph, he can share and then I will share, yeah.
I'll tell you one story that's sort of, I think, humorous, I don't know, but no, I had a time. So I spent about 6 months in India. And the whole time I worked at I stayed at Vilu Villa and I bicycled to Meherabad in the early mornings and worked in the dispensary with Dr. Goher. And I did that for some years. So I usually go, you get 4 months, and then in 75, I got a visa for 1 full year, but I didn't end up staying that full year. Monty discouraged me from trying to stay through the summer because she just didn't feel like it was the right time. That the heat, the just the regime, the way things were so different, in the summer for the Mandali to have their moment, kind of that with no pilgrims. And I thought, well, but it was okay with her. But she says, but it's on you if you do it. I don't support it. I don't think you're tough enough for this. It's it's harrowing. It's very difficult to live in this, especially the heat. And if you're going to go back and forth, she says it's tough. It would be rough. And I was thinking, well, Vesta does it, beat up 12, 10, 7 men. And I thought, well, I don't know. But anyway, I caved in and I came on back. But one day at Meherabad, so I would arrive early on my bicycle, and Erich and Monty and Rano would all be preparing themselves. And there was a car waiting for them and a driver. There was the trust car, and they went to work at the trust. Monty was the chairman. Erich was just the guy there, and Rano did a lot of typing and was like Monty's left right hand person, And they went to the trust most of the days of the week, I think, and they were preparing to go. The ladies were still getting dressed, and Erich was on the veranda there, near the door going to the Mandali Hall, where Baba's chair is just on the other side of the wall. So their backs were to that wall, to Baba's chair. Erich and Bhau were sitting there, and I'm sitting on the bench with my back to the courtyard, facing them. And they were talking a bit in English, but then the conversation got kind of serious, and they went to talking in another language, probably, I don't know, Hindi or Gujarati, something. They went to talking in that language mostly, with a word or two here and there in English. And it's real, there seemed quite serious, and Erich is kind of like getting on to Bhau for something, chastising. And out comes in English, like about 2 or 3 words, says, you'll be fired from the trust.
Oh.
And Bhau didn't change. He didn't miss a beat. His expression didn't change. I think it was all for my benefit. I wonder, why they said that in English. It's like Church was going to fire Bhau from the trust. Get fired. I don't know why. I don't know what it was all about.
So thank you. So shall I share?
Yes, Nihar, yeah.
Okay, so I will share about the last days that I saw. I didn't see the very, very last days, but in the last days, I think it was around August. because that was the times that I used to come. And I came to the trust, and I was the day that I came to the trust, Bhauji almost went to Baba. And so it was very tense. And I felt that I don't want to leave the trust, the Kushu quarters. So I asked Mehernath if I can stay there. And he said, yes, you can be in the center, in the Baba center there. So I went and slept there, and the family all gathered, the Mehernath and Sheela and everyone and Rama, and they all went into Bauji's room. And he survived. He survived. But at these days, Bauji was totally gray. The color of his skin was totally gray. He couldn't move his body. He couldn't turn in bed. He was with an IV, and Dr. Ann was there many times, of course, seeing to him. And he was in his room. And in his room, he had a bed right next to at the end of the small room, very small room, that we all used to come in to be with him. And it was like an elastic room that as many people would come in, there would always be space for more. But actually, it was a very small room and filled also with furniture, with cabinets and big table and big Baba Arati place, cupboard, and the bed at the back. So he was he was lying in the back, and I was just, and every night, every evening at 4 o'clock, there would be arti. So all the office people, before they left their work, they would come into Bauji's room because he had this arti place with Baba's picture on top of a cupboard right at the left side of the door when you come into his room. And there we do the arti, get prasad, and go home. And so at that time when he was sick, then all who were there, all the team, all the people of the office would come in. Now just picture to yourself, I mean, think about yourself. You are totally sick. You are totally unable to move. Your body is totally gray from the sickness, and you can't even move your hands. You can't turn in bed. And people are coming in and doing the arti, which is okay. But at other times, people would just come in and take pictures of themselves on the other side of the bed with Bauji lying there in his gray ability, and they would take pictures for so how do you call it, to see in the future, that they were in the room.
Document.
So, and he would just comply with everyone. He would just comply with everyone. It was so touching. You can't believe how touching it was, how availing he was in his most terrible state. So now, because he was so sick, then the family, they put their foot down and said, no, we're going to take him to hospital. And they took him to hospital, and that was terrible too, because in the hospital, which he didn't want, because he wanted just, like all the mandali, I guess that's what he wanted. Like all the mandali, I think all the mandali, one by one, they got, they died in their own room. They died in their own place. They died with people around them that are loving and companions. So I think, Alua, I think, died in the hospital, but Bauchi, I think he wanted to die in his room, but he was taken to hospital. And in a hospital, they just put, all these tubes into him. He couldn't speak, so just imagine he was all gray, and then with all the tubes and and I wasn't there anymore because I had to go back. And then, but he was surrounded with all the people that loved him and all the Baba lovers that really were close to him would come and be, but they couldn't be with him because he was in an ICU ward. So only the family could go in. So then he was a bit better, and they took him to Sheila's house. And he took him to Sheila's house, and that is where it's so also beautiful, the tale, because you see what Baba did with him. Because Bhauji was a very high soul, of course, and all the Mandali. I mean, Baba brought his team with him when he came into this world. He said, "Who's going to come with me?" And all this team came down, each one in their own time. So Bhauji is one of them, of course. So he's a very high soul. So so what I heard is something that someone told me privately. There was these two beautiful young Baba lovers that not everyone was allowed into Sheila's house to help. Not everyone, because he was really, at the end of his life and in very sensitive state. So not everyone was allowed, but these two girls, they were very beautiful and beautiful souls, and Sheila allowed them to take care of him, to be one of the carers, because 24 hours there was someone near Bauji. So they would be there. They would be there, and because the family wanted him to really heal, and eat and be with them, and they thought that he would come out of it, but he wasn't coming out of it. He was going to pass away to Baba, because March before, Baba told him, "I'm going to take you on 15th of March." And Bauji said to everyone, "I'm going to go on 15 March. So whoever wants to come and say goodbye to me, please come now from all over the world. Please come now and see me and say goodbye to me." And then the time passed. No, I think it was 12. It was Duni Day. And then the time passed. And Bauji was so hurt. He was so hurt. He came to Baba and he complained to Baba, "Baba, you told me the date, you told me everything. I told everyone to come and say goodbye to me, and you didn't take me." And Baba said to him, Baba said to him, "It's not my fault. Your lovers, they asked to have you more." So can you imagine? He wants to go. So he had all this other time. So here he is in Sheila's house, and he's in a very bad condition. He's going to die within a month. And so these two girls are next to his bed. And Sheila really wants for him to be good, and she expects him to go out of bed. And he did go out of bed and did sit at the table and did eat, and she was totally happy. So she was expecting this to happen, but it was not going to happen. So he's in the room, and these two girls are with him, and he knows that no one is around. So he opens his eyes and he smiles to them. And then Sheila comes in. He closes his eyes quickly. He's asleep. Then she goes out. She asks, "Everything okay?" They say, "Okay, everything is okay." They don't tell her. She goes out. He opens his eyes. He smiles to them. So actually, I think, he was beyond the body. He was beyond the body. So, and that's what he was actually doing, and giving them a good feeling. That was the last time they saw him. They never saw him again. They were two Irani girls. They could never go out of the country again. They never came to Meherabad again. So, not because they're not Baba lovers. What is happening in Iran now. And I don't think anyone can go out of Iran right now. So that was the blessing. And I know that at that time, he gave blessings to so many. So Diane and Terry, I can understand their story. And from what I saw, these people coming taking pictures when he's gray, lying in bed with the crazy. But like Mayor Kiran that came with his family, because Bhauji still had all these gifts to give. And he would give them to anyone who came, no matter what condition he was in. And that was such a thing to see. That was such a touching thing to see. Can you just imagine that you are in this state and this is happening, like people are just going by one after the other, one after the other, and he's giving out, giving out. One of the times was when the Chinese people came. He went out into the portico at the front of the Sheila's house, and there was it was a darshan, like the Chinese came with their leader who brought them, as who which they came, for which they heard about Baba. She was actually married to an Australian, and she translated God Speaks and put it on the internet, and all the Chinese in China got to know about Baba, and that's how they all came. And so Bauji went out on the terrace, and they also had a baraka, baraka. Yesterday Vanessa said a baraka. Baraka comes from the word birka. Birka is a blessing. So Bauji just blessed and blessed and blessed whoever came, even in that condition. So can you imagine what a soul he was? An amazing, amazing, fun, laughing with those two girls when he's so sick and he's opening his eyes and smiling. Sheila comes in, he closes his eyes. And in those conditions, with his gray body not being able to move at all, and allowing them to take him to hospital because he understood that they would not let him die in his bed. And of course, it was good because they had to do their best to see if they can save him, and so they couldn't leave him with the team. The team would be so blamed, if he would die in his bed and doctors didn't see him. So this is the end of, not the end. This is not the end, because I feel that all of them not ended. They're all there in their individuality with Baba in the Darbar. Like he said when he came down, who's going to come with me? Who's going to come with me? And they all came. Now they're all up there together with him. And I think that all of us, he asked all of us also, will you come with me? Will you come with me? Will you be with me? Will you hold my name when I'm not in the body, when Bauji is not in the body? And we do. Thank you for allowing me to say this to tell this very sacred, I think, sacred times that I saw of his end, so touching. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. Yeah. Thank you for that. So that I think is perfect to say we will close this meeting here. We will say 3 times Baba name. We all can join.
Yes, let's close. Yes.
Avatar Meher Baba ki Jai. Avatar Baba
Baba
Jai.
Tar.
Avatar Baba
Baba
Jai.
And Bauji used to say, Jai Ho, Jai Ho, Jai Ho, Jai Jai Cow Ho.
Yeah.
Jai Ho.
Yeah. Thank you.